What's good, fam? This your boy Greg, one half of the co-pilots. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. As we already know, man, Kevin Durant on his way to the Houston Rockets in exchange for Dillon Brooks and Jalen Green. I think this was a good trade on both sides. I think both teams benefited. But I think the Houston Rockets will have more of an immediate impact with this trade. You're bringing in a player like Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers we ever seen play the game, and you bringing him into a team that was a playoff team. And you also bringing him into a team that was not only a playoff team, but they almost made it out the second round last year, man. They gave a team like Golden State all the hell they wanted. It took them to 7 games, but couldn't seal the deal. Young team, man, that's still developing. But also they have players around them. They was able to keep Jabari Smith, a player that's going into his 3rd year, that's constantly getting better. And they was also able to keep Sagoon, who, you know, a lot of teams probably won't on their team as of right now. And you still got Fred VanVleet. And also not to mention that you're pairing Durant back up with Ime Udoka, who's a part of that Brooklyn coaching staff, and also you pairing him up with Steven Adams. So I think that the Houston Rockets going to be an exciting team to watch going into the next season. Now, I'm not saying that they're a championship team or none of that, but I think they're going to be an interesting team to watch going into the next season. Phoenix Suns, on the other hand, I think it was a necessary trade on their behalf, but I will say this. I think they pretty much set themselves up more for the future. And bringing in a player like Jalen Green, I think that many believe that he would be a player that may get traded in the near future because you already have Bradley Beal that's a part of the team. And I think that Jalen Green is a pretty good trade asset. You know, a young guy that's averaging 21 points a game. And I think a lot of teams would be excited to trade for him or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, you still got Dillon Brooks. So, like I say, man, I think both teams benefited from this trade. But I think that, you know, with the Suns, man, you know, I think they have to start looking at bringing in players like a point guard or something. You get what I'm saying? Although you have Devin Booker on your team, you know, you don't want to keep the ball in his hand at all time. You know, he did pretty, you know, the numbers in the assists was pretty good, averaging 7. But at the same time, you want to allow him to be at his natural position. You get what I'm saying? And allow him to have the ball in his hand in ISO situations. But I think the good thing about this trade, when you look at Houston, that they didn't have to give up a king's ransom, which the NBA has shown us that when you have a star player like Kevin Durant, teams will be willing to give up so much to the fact that they deplete their bench and they don't have nothing else out there, you know. And so, you know, they didn't have to give up as much. So that I think that was a good thing. And also you have to consider the fact that Kevin Durant has been through this process so many times. And, you know, he's 36 years old. He's getting older. So a lot of teams are not, even though he still have his still skill set, a lot of teams are not willing to give up that much to acquire a player like Kevin Durant. So, man, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. Y'all drop a like, man. This your boy Greg, one half of the co-pilot.